how long that lineup or how deep that lineup was. And then as it pertained to the pitching staff, you saw how these guys were able to go to the bullpen and there wasn't a drop-off, right? So I think those are some of the things that we really took into account as we were putting this roster together, and not only focusing on getting the best players possible, but to ensure that we were deep.
Any more questions for Coach?
Coach, with the way offense is in college baseball now, you have performing pitchers with ERAs over 5. You, as someone who obviously deep into the mental game, how do you kind of keep their confidence and deal with the fact that even with great pitchers, the ball's flying out of the ballpark?
Yeah, and listen, these kids aren't new to that, right? They're growing up in this era where even in high school, they're being taught to just swing up and hit the long ball, right? So our guys, again, they've been exposed to that. So I think, number one, that helps us. But I think, number two, one of the things that we preach constantly is, good teams are teams that are able to minimize damage and maximize opportunities, right? So just because we do give up a home run or a couple of runs doesn't mean that it's a bad outing, right? So continuing to message that and preach that. How do we do a good job minimizing damage as a pitching staff so that hopefully that allows us not to get caught up in giving up a long ball.
Last question.
Coach, it may be too early to tell, but in these next few weeks, which team do you see giving you most of the challenge compared to other teams?
So I had that train behind, so hopefully I heard you correctly. So what team do I see that would give us the most challenge? God, as soon as the first draft of that schedule came out, I said, holy cow. I would hate to just identify one team. It's a tough schedule. Even this weekend, Niagara, regional club, we got FAU, solid club, and then, then you got UConn, you got Florida, and then you have your ACC schedule. It's a tough schedule, and I think, just going back to a couple questions ago, that's why depth is so critical, right? Aside from having talent, we got to make sure that roster is deep and we're able to post, 4 times, and sometimes 5 times a week. So, hopefully we achieve that goal. We feel good about that.
Great. We'll end it there.
Thank you.
Coach Laz.